Hello, good evening, and welcome back. Do they even know what they're doing? Labour Party conference, McDonnell promises 32-hour working week. And this comes after the survey was revealed from the Labour voters, over 1,100 surveyed, saying that just about half of them are ashamed of Britain's history, with only 15% actually being proud of it, and about two-thirds wanting to make the UK a republic, as in wanting to get rid of the Queen. I'd say she seems to have been doing the best job of any leaders we've had in the past few decades, but hey, maybe that's just me. So, Labour Party conference, McDonnell promises 32-hour working week. Yes, and this isn't an option. This isn't to say, hey, if you want to work less, then you can do that, and if you want to work more, you can do that as well. No, it's to say, you cannot work more than this. How ridiculous is that? They're actually putting a cap on it. So, you want to work more, you want to be more productive? No. Obviously, there are going to be ways around it, as there always are. My job at the moment, it's about 60 hours a week. Obviously, the cap is supposed to be like 48 hours, but it's like, oh, hey, are you okay to work more than that? Yeah, of course I am. So what is this actually going to do, pragmatically speaking? Well, if you got it to 32 hours, you're going to have people, mainly men, who are still willing to work longer. That isn't going to change the biology of the matter. The amount that people can work is still going to be just as much. So you're going to be reducing what most people are going to be working, and then allowing those extreme people, and I'd like to include myself, who are then going to be working more. Because I kind of view this as a second job anyway. So yes, of course, these people are then going to be working even more. The saying is, if you work 10% longer, then you'll earn 50% more. I think it's 8 and 42, but yeah, 10 and 50, essentially. So when you're allowing these people to work even longer, then of course they're going to be earning even more. And if you're trying to reduce the pay gap, then this is completely the wrong way to go about it. If you really wanted that, then you'd have to, I suppose in a way you'd have to encourage more people to, it's not going to happen. You can't do it. I can't think of anything. So the average working week in the UK would be cut to 32 hours within 10 years under a Labour government, John McCommunist has announced. This would reduce it to the equivalent of 4 days, although it would not necessarily mean a day off, as other methods could be used to cut hours. There are always ways around this, but you're going to promise so much stuff, and you're trying to cut the productivity of the UK by a fifth. It's like, yes, in fact, let's skip down to read on to what else they say that they would include for free. So, free at the point of use, including childcare, isn't that what parents should be doing? Post-school education, presuming they mean universities here, public transport for under 25s, and school meals. And also, social care free at the point of use, at an estimated cost of $6 billion a year. And I believe that's for OAPs in particular. So, yes. So they're also saying here, end the UK's opt-out from the EU Working Time Directive, which caps at 48 the number of hours people can work in an average week. Yes, I signed away that. I waived that right when I got my job, because, of course I did. I don't want that limit there. I want to work more because I want to be earning more, and it works, it's helpful. So they're saying the average UK full-time working week is 42.5 hours versus an EU average of 41.2. Well, we're doing better, so hey, why don't we continue that? Work smart, not hard, I understand, but if you can do both, then why not? And considering they also want to abolish private schools, I suppose, well, yeah, state schools tend to have shorter hours as well, but private school students are on average 2 years ahead of their state school counterparts. So what are you trying to say? We're going to lessen the working time for everyone when they're at school? Because my school had about 10-hour days, 5 days a week, and then sometimes things on the weekend. But anyway, that's 50 hours right there. So I'm more used to it, I suppose, whereas other people wouldn't be. So I got that advantage of being worked harder as a child. But seeing as you want everyone to be state school, you're going to be cutting your productivity. Obviously, there are going to be some people who flourish, but when you have things like class sizes so large, it's difficult to give all the students the right equipment and the right attention, as well as then when the teachers aren't being paid meritocratically, they're just being paid communally, then obviously you're not going to have the best teachers going to the best schools being paid the most, and then of course they can charge the most in order to give the students the right education. You're just going to have some teachers somewhere offering better lessons, although of course then you're going to have a situation where they're just going to be private tutors, aren't they? That's what's going to happen, legitimately. Because those good teachers are going to go, well, why am I going to get a pay cut working here when I could just be a private tutor? Maybe I could even do it online. Wouldn't that be perfect? And so, yeah, maybe this will just bring about the rise of the YouTube University, or Peterson's University, even sooner. That'd be good. But anyway, obviously they don't understand what they're doing. They're promising too much free stuff. They're not mentioning how much they're going to be hiking the taxes up, and therefore how much people are going to leave. They clearly don't remember the rolling power cuts, the waste piling up in the streets, and 3-day work weeks in the 70s. And several people, in fact probably the majority of people who lived through that, vowed to never vote Labour, especially for something as shit as this, because they remember it and think, well, that's abhorrent, we don't want to go back to that. So they also... so the Working Time Commission would also have the power to increase statutory holiday entitlement, which is currently 28 days. Yep, so they don't want to reduce pay, but they keep wanting to increase hours. Their concept is to say that any technological advancements happening in the next 10 years want to go to the workers instead of the employers. Obviously what that means is you're just cutting yourself off at the kneecaps and not doing that to any other country. So on the world stage, you're going to depreciate very quickly because other guys are going to take advantage of those technological innovations and, of course, be able to work longer to institute it. Unless, of course, this is just dumbing down the masses, but that's rather black-pilled. Anyway, let me know what you guys think. I know this has been a bit all over the shop, but this just doesn't make sense to me, so I'm a bit frazzled to try and make sense of it. So let me know what you think down below. Always intrigued to hear what you guys have to say. Thank you so much for the recent support recently. I do appreciate it. Obviously, John Francis, my main man. With this channel from the beginning, I do appreciate that. And, hey, maybe the shorter videos are the way to go. But thank you guys so much for the continued support. It's been, nearly 5 months now. So thank you, and I'll see you next time.